Welcome to a video that's really different than what I usually upload. Usually I'm uploading gameplays. Today, it's a lot different. Main topic of this video is me just straight up agreeing with KairosTime. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he recently uploaded a video talking about gears again because they still haven't been fixed. And I feel like he's the only one really speaking up about this because it is a big issue in a lot of ways. And I kind of just want to join him on this. And just like him, this isn't me trying to like riot against Brawl Stars. That's like the last thing I want to do is get people to, you know, annoy Supercell or quit the game or anything. Because that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid happening is people quit the game. Due to gears, people have been quitting the game left and right. I've been seeing it all over the place. People have just been quitting, and the main reason is gears. Like, for reference, I have never seen more comments about people saying like, I'm gonna quit the game, I'm thinking about quitting the game, it's just not as fun anymore. Never have I seen more of those comments than when the gear update came out. I saw so many of those comments either on Twitter or just on my videos or even in the Brawl Talk of people just saying that, my joy for this game is gone because of gears. Never have I seen more comments about that. Maybe around the same amount when they like changed the game from portrait to landscape like 4 years ago, but I think this is even more than that. Like, I was surprised with how many comments I saw saying that people are losing their joy for the game because of gears, because it is a big issue. I see how it's a big issue, especially for players who weren't like already maxed. It's a huge issue. For me, it wasn't so much of an issue, but either way, even if it wasn't a big issue for me, there are so many ways that it could be improved, and I just want to talk about those here. Some things I say in this video might be similar to what Kairos has said, but I might explain it in a different way because I also have my own experiences with gaming. And again, I just want to give important context. This is not a video to like riot Supercell. This isn't a video to annoy them. This isn't a video to even bash on Brawl Stars. This is a video purely to help Brawl Stars because I want to give constructive criticism, because my channel is also really dependent on how well Brawl Stars is doing, because if Brawl Stars dies, I have to switch games. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been for any person who makes videos on like one specific game. So if my voice is heard, that would be good because I want to help. And I have a lot of experience playing games, like too much experience playing other games, so many other games. I've been playing games for the like 14 of the 20 years I've been alive. I've been playing games. I have played so many games, and a lot of games I've played also have progression systems, and a lot of games I play have better progression systems. Now, how would I define better? I don't really know, because Brawl Stars has always had this progression system, but they just made it infinitely worse. Like, it was pretty good before, you know. I wouldn't say it's the best progression system I've ever seen, because I think that having the level brawlers up in the first place automatically makes it just a bit worse, because like, for example, League of Legends, Overwatch, Dead by Daylight, Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, so many other games have a system where you have to get characters and then you can get skins for them. Maybe you can unlock like perks or something. For the most part, you either buy or naturally unlock characters, which if you naturally unlock them, it usually takes much longer. Like for League of Legends, it can take years to get every single character, but every single character is kitted with customizable stuff. They're kitted with skins. They're kitted with so many things that are not just about like leveling them up. This isn't a video of me talking about leveling up, but like gears makes the whole leveling up aspect of progression much worse, because now not only do you have that very different type of progression where you have to level everything up, but now once you finish leveling everything up, then you have to do an entire other section of the game where you level everything up. And I think that's a big issue, and I think that's what a lot of people are seeing as a big issue. Like, think of it like this, okay? You finally reached level 11 on a brawler. You're like, oh, finally got him level 11, maxed out. Oh wait, okay, gadgets are okay. I think that's a pretty good progression system. I think that's fine. Star powers are okay. I also think that's a pretty good progression system. But once you get the gadget and the star power, well, you have another 2 years or like $1,000 worth of progress to make for gears if you want your brawler to be truly maxed out. Even though you're level 11, the highest possible level, you still have another forever to take to actually max your brawler or max your account out. And I know Brawl Stars can't take the route where you just unlock characters and then get skins for them. You know, they already have the unlocking characters part, they already have the unlocking skins part, then they have the levels part. That's like the third one, and I think that's where it should stop. Or besides, like, you know, gadgets and star powers, that is around where it should stop. So adding this much more is the main issue, and I think there's a big solution for this. Overall, I just think it shouldn't take as long, or the system should be more rewarding, because again, once you level up a brawler to 11, then you have to get all 5 gears, then you have to level all 5 up. And due to this, they can't add more gears. If they add more gears, they're only hurting their game. It's not going to be fun for anybody if they add more gears. Not a single person would actually enjoy that. And I'm being completely serious about this. Nobody would enjoy that. While it is more content, it's also so much more that you have to do to just get a brawler to be maxed out. And the whole incentive for a game like this, especially with this progression system, is to get your account maxed. And when that is so out of reach, it doesn't become fun anymore. League of Legends, okay? I've been playing that for 2 or 3 years. I'm almost there to the point where I have every single character. I've spent spent probably $1,000 something on that game, regrettably, but I have. I've also spent $2,000 on Brawl Stars. Don't regret that one as much because that's my job, but still, once I get all of these characters in League, I'm done, and now I can focus on skins, even though I don't play that game anymore. That's just an example. So my solution is something really similar to what Kairos said, because this can fix things in so many different ways. So what they should do is they should clean the slate. They should refund everybody the gears that they have and just refund them as scraps. Get rid of gear tokens. They're useless. They don't need to be there. There's already gear scraps. You should not have both. Having both doesn't really help anything. It just makes things more confusing, more complex. There should really only be one, and I think that scraps is better because it's just like gold, it's just like gems. People are familiar with that, and then suddenly getting gear tokens that you have to turn into a gear with gear scraps, it's just not very efficient. It's better to only have scraps, I think. Either way, okay, so every gear that you have on any brawler should just be refunded in scraps, okay? Now, what they should do is remove the entire aspect of each brawler being locked with their gears that they have, and instead of that, make something completely new. Allow the player to buy a gear, and when they buy the gear, any brawler who is of level, aka level 10, level 11, can use it if they have the gear slot available. It's not like super expensive to max out one gear for one brawler, but then you have to do it 56 times, or however many brawlers are in the game at the time. And as they add more brawlers, that's more progression that you need to make. Leveling with your gold, with your power points, and then with scraps and gear tokens. If you don't get the gear tokens, you can't do it. If you don't have the scraps, you can't do it. And already having to get them to from like level 1 to 11 is hard enough for most players. I don't have the metrics, but I'd say the majority of players are not at the point where they can just unlock a brawler and instantly max them out. That's for like the end game players. Now, going along with what I was talking about, once they remove the fact that each brawler has like a lock with their gear, you know, the gear is locked to them. Once they remove that, then you have the 5 gears, all right? You have 5 gears, and when you buy one for maybe a really increased price, because right now one gear isn't that expensive, increase the price to buy gear by like times 10, then one gear will take the amount that like it would originally take to buy 10 gears, you know, for 10 different brawlers. So you unlock one gear, and every single brawler that you have that is the correct level can use it. All right, so then you buy gear number 2, and any brawler who's of level can use the second gear. Then you get gear number 3. Then you can start swapping things out. Then you get gear number 4. You can swap out even more. Then you get gear number 5. And then you add 5 more gears. And then you add 5 more. Because then at that point, the big difference here is that each gear that gets added will be enjoyable. It won't be people thinking like, oh, this is another year of progression on my account. And the main reason I'm saying this is because right now, if they were to add a gear, it would ruin the economy. The economy of the game is already really messed up because of how gears are right now. But imagine this, okay? Imagine they make this change, they refund everybody the scraps, and then they still have the 5 gears. They should be easier to obtain and level up right now. So even after the change with the 5 gears, even if you get them for every single brawler when you buy one, it should be easier to get all 5 and max out all 5 compared to how it is right now to get all 5 and max them out with all 56 brawlers. I think it should be faster to get all 5, all right? And by that, I mean for every single brawler, because in this, you can get all 5 and then you can use them for any brawler that has the correct level. But then you add 5 more and that doubles the current paywall, right? And then you're getting closer to the old paywall that they wanted, because right now the paywall is crazily high because of gears, and if they want to keep it that high, then just work towards that. People will eventually reach that paywall. So you can temporarily lower the paywall by refunding everybody the scraps, letting each brawler have every gear that you unlock. But then here's a double whammy, okay? Not only can you add more gears in the first place without it being a bad thing, but it will be a really good thing for them to add more gears. Because think about this, when you add one more gear right now, it is terrible. People will not like it. Everybody, unless there's something weird going on, will not like it if they add another gear, because you have to unlock that gear 56 or more times to be able to even use it for every brawler. 56 times you have to unlock the same gear. Now imagine you only had to unlock it once. That would be a great addition. And then you have to level it up. You might have to spend some time leveling it up. Now, I know that this system would mean that you can't hard focus on one brawler that you want to play, but still, I think the change would just be worth it overall for so many reasons. And again, back to what I was saying, you add 5 more gears. You're getting closer to the paywall that you want, and you have 5 new things that every single brawler can use once you get it. It's really similar to gadgets. It's really similar to star powers. When brawlers get a gadget or a star power, people are excited. They want to try the brawler out. They want to try the star power out. Now imagine you add another gear. People will want to try that gear on so many different brawlers. That would increase the playtime a lot, in my opinion. I think that's how it would be. Because if they come out with a whole new gear, I want to see who it works best on. I want to try it on everybody. And then they release another new gear. Or maybe even like 5 at once. You can try all 5 on so many different brawlers and see who it works best on. But right now, they can't even add more gears without ruining the game. Like, I am envisioning something that Kairos is, and I like it. I like the thought that you can purchase a gear and everyone can use it as long as they're high enough level. So then they can just keep adding them, and they can keep, you know, adding on to that paywall that they want the game to have, and eventually they'll reach it. They'll reach it again, you know, like as they add more brawlers, the paywall will be met. They add more gears, the paywall will slowly rise. That's just how it works. So instead of just leaving gears at this state where you can't even add another one, just change it and temporarily lower that maximum paywall that most players aren't even at yet. So then you can add more and raise it over time. And at the same time, while you're raising this paywall, you're adding so much content to the game. You're adding so many things that you can customize into the game. This system to me seems perfect as somebody who's been playing so many games since I was a kid. And when I mean so many games, I mean there's probably not been many days where I haven't even touched a game. Games have been a huge part of my life since I was a kid, and it has never changed. I've played so many games, and I've seen so many systems, seen so many updates, seen so many down dates. That's what I call bad updates. And the Gears update was a down date, 100%. But if they change it, if they make it something that it could have been, it will be incredible. But you can't wait too long. You can't wait till it's too late. Waiting till it's too late is the worst option that they could take right now, because the main reason people have been falling off of Brawl Stars, the main reason why people aren't enjoying it that much anymore, the main reason why I saw hundreds and hundreds of comments saying people were uninterested with the game now that it takes so long to max out their account, the fact that gears themselves are boring to use, and yet they still haven't been changed, and people are still quitting the game, and viewers are still getting lower. Like, it's not just me who's experiencing lower viewers, it's other YouTubers as well. You can look at their channel. If they upload multiple games, Brawl Stars is most likely doing the worst out of any other game that they post because Gears ruined it. It's not just me, but the fact that Brawl Stars is my main game and I don't have like a backup like Clash Royale, which is doing pretty good right now, it's a bit concerning, and I want to fix that because this change will fix that, or something similar to this change. I may not be a professional game designer, but I know what a good game is. I've played good games and I've experienced when games have a downfall. Right now, a downfall is happening, maybe slowly, maybe quickly. I don't really know. I can't tell very much, but I've experienced downfalls before. I've experienced good aspects in games. I've experienced bad aspects in games, and the Gears is a bad aspect. I can say that with 100% truth and 100% certainty. Gears right now are a bad aspect. Again, I'm saying this completely as constructive criticism. Take it this way. I'm saying this as I'm trying to help my own channel and help anybody else who's uploading on this game as well. I'm trying to help the game itself. I'm trying to help content creators for the game, and I'm just trying to help the future of the game. You know, I'm trying to help my future, the future of the game, the future of my friends who are also uploading the game, any other YouTubers uploading the game. This one change can fix so much, and at the same time, it's a pretty simple change as well. I know it would be like a big step to take, but it's a step that's worth it. If the new system where you can get each gear and get it for every single brawler doesn't work at first, just tweak it until it does, because the current system, you can't tweak it till it works. You have to completely change it. They've done this before where they changed the entire progression system. They've done it multiple times. I think like 3 or 4 times they've changed the whole progression system. This is only changing the end game progression system, and it's a progression system that people just don't like. People who are new to the game and realize that it's out don't like it. People who are at the end game don't like it. I, for one, have a gear on every single brawler, maybe even 2. I still didn't have fun doing it because I'm like, oh, this gear and this gear, don't buy anymore. Or eventually, after maybe 3 years of playing the game or $10,000, then I'll have them all for each brawler. But even then, there isn't that much customization. And again, they can't add more. There cannot be more customization because of gears, because of how they are. So we are currently stuck with these 5 gears, and there either will be more and it will be a big deficit for the game, or they can change it and then we can get 5 more gears, 10 more gears, 15 more gears. So much customization per brawler. Imagine if each brawler had 15 gears. Just imagine that. Imagine if every single brawler in the game had 15 options for their playstyle, because right now it's capped at 5 and it cannot move from 5. If it moves from 5, that's a big issue. I'm rambling because I really care about this, and I care about the game, and I care about the game's future. So if you agree with Kairos and I, then just let us know in the comment section. Please don't harass Supercell. That's not the point of this video. It's not the point of the video at all. I just want to help the game. That's it. I don't want to start a hashtag, just like Kairos said. Do not start a hashtag. Don't do any of that. But I hope that our voices are heard, and I hope that maybe even a couple other YouTubers, if they agree, they can voice their opinion as well. But again, just don't harass them over this, you know? They have to make their own decision for this, and I personally think the best decision would be to rework the whole system. Anyways, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, slap like, slap subscribe. I don't know when I'll make another video like this unless it's on my Speaks channel, but normally this type of video would be on my Speaks channel, so if you want to see more talking content, go subscribe over there, link in the description. Anyways, goodbye.